Why did the Indian diplomat cross the road? Because he had a standoff with the Canadian one on the other side. Now, there's a joke that's getting a bit too real these days, isn't it? We're living in a world where international relations often resemble a game of chess. Only in this case, the pieces are trade agreements, diplomatic envoys, and the occasional tweet. The recent standoff between India and Canada is a prime example of this high-stakes game. Picture this. Two nations, one a vast, sprawling subcontinent with a rich history, and the other, a country known for its politeness, maple syrup, and a fondness for ice hockey. Suddenly, they find themselves in a face-off that feels more like a Bollywood drama than an international dispute. And at the heart of this drama, the Sikh and Khalistani struggles. Now, if you're not familiar with this, imagine trying to put together a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle where each piece is a different shade of gray. That's the level of complexity we're talking about here. Let's not forget that the Sikh community is an integral part of both India and Canada. In India, they are a vibrant minority contributing to the country's diversity. In Canada, they are a prominent immigrant community influencing everything from politics to Punjabi pop culture. But the Khalistani movement, a push for a separate Sikh state, adds a twist to this tale. Now, this is where things get as sticky as a Canadian maple syrup. On one hand, there's India, viewing the Khalistani movement with the same enthusiasm as a cat views a bath. On the other hand, there's Canada, where support for Khalistan isn't exactly unheard of. Add to this mix diplomatic protocols, national pride, and a dash of Twitter drama, and you've got yourself an international standoff. So, what's the solution here? A diplomatic dance-off between the Indian Prime Minister and the Canadian Prime Minister? A hockey match where the winning team gets bragging rights? Or maybe a good old-fashioned debate over a cup of chai or coffee, depending on which side of the standoff you're on. But alas, international relations don't work that way. There's no easy solution when it comes to matters of national pride and identity. And so the chess game continues, with each side carefully planning their moves, waiting for the other to blink. As we wrap this up, remember this. International standoffs, like the one between India and Canada, are not just about politics. They are about people, about history, about identity, and sometimes they are about a lot more than just why the Indian diplomat crossed the road. Speaking of which, why did the Canadian diplomat cross the road? Because he heard the Indian diplomat was serving butter chicken on the other side. Now, wouldn't that be a delicious end to a standoff?